Schrager on Sean McVay getting hired, Emily.
Yeah, so he was talking, I believe, on his own show on the Omaha network here at ESPN, and he was telling a story about when McVay was first hired and like what a swing it was for the Rams.
Hired a 30-year-old who I believe had just called plays for the first time in his career for a team that did not have a ton of success and had just lost in week 17 to a Giants team that had already clinched a playoff berth. And they scored one touchdown and lost 19-10 and were eliminated from the playoffs. And this was a team that had just moved to LA, had this big void of relevance in the NFL, and they took a massive swing.
You know, the most important part of getting a coaching job is your presentation at the beginning. I would imagine Sean McVay probably had a PowerPoint and explanations and had an answer for every single question because that's who Sean McVay is. I think if you blow the team away in your interview, you got a real shot at the job. And I think Sean McVay probably did an incredible interview.
I imagine that he did. He's got a natural charisma and an enthusiasm, and he can make you excited just by hearing him talk about blank.
Yep.
I think it also helps, too, that he grew up in a football family. So you knew that Sean McVay, maybe he's not experienced, but he's seen a lot.
Yep.
Like he's lived this life.
It's one of the benefits of nepotism is that you understand what it takes to be great.
Correct. He grew up in the football culture.
Right. He didn't have experience, but he understood what this life is like. I also think, too, the Rams were smart enough to realize we are in a starting over period anyway.
We had just come out of that 2016 miserable season at the Coliseum.
We have a brand new quarterback in Jared Goff who's still getting experience. We have a young team. In some ways, we're looking to grow anyway. Why not take a chance on a young guy that we love his potential? There's something that feels different and fresh and exciting about him.
And if they waited, they might not have gotten him ever.
Sure.
And if you're waiting for the person to be ready, you won't get them. You kind of have to go a little early, and obviously this worked out for Sean. And the thing about Sean McVay is that he sets such a standard of anybody that works for the organization, of hard work, of determination, but of picking each other up and like just recognizing that there's a standard to be met at the Rams, that whenever you're there, when you walk into the building, we have one goal in mind and are going to pick everybody up to do that.
And he holds himself to a high standard too. I mean, that's another piece of it too. Like Sean McVay does not seem like, and I've never heard anything the opposite, where he's telling everyone what to do and just delegating authority and not really willing to put in the work himself.
He puts a lot on himself.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, he takes everything on himself. I need to do a better job. I need to call better plays. I got to put my guys in better position. And by the way, I think this embodies who Sean McVay is with this team. This was on the field, mic'd up, after Caleb Williams threw the Hail Mary to tie the game or to get within a point in Chicago.
We are winning this game. Whatever happened, who cares? Move on. Be present. Let's go with this. Let's go. Get it up in here. Family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Love that.
He's about to lose his voice.
Yeah.
He's yelling in that freezing cold like he is about to lose his voice.
So is he the best hire in the history of LA sports? There have been lots of great hires. What do you think, Andy?
You know, I really gave this a lot of thought. And I really tried to go through, the history of different franchises and programs and
the
stuff
importance of a hire.
Right, and the importance of the hire, where the team was. Like, for example, Pat Riley was obviously an out-of-the-box hire.
Inspired.
Inspired hire. But he took over a team that was already championship caliber.
Still, I think that one's right up there.
Oh, it's definitely up there. I'm looking now to split hairs.
Yeah.
These are the things you have to do in figuring this stuff out. Phil Jackson obviously led the Lakers to 5 championships, but he took over
a loaded
really
team,
good foundations both times he was here. Tommy Lasorda had never managed before, but the Dodgers teams he took over were good. The only guys I can think of that are comparable in terms of taking over teams in a bad place, Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll's a great example.
Pete Carroll took over an SC program that was in free fall.
It was, I'll use a big word, moribund.
That is
moribund.
And a college football coach is so vitally important, not only for the play calling ability and coaching in a game, but for recruitment.
Yes.
John Wooden created an institution with UCLA basketball. Like UCLA basketball, to the best of my understanding, kind of irrelevant until John Wooden came in.
He's another great example.
But then like McVay, like the combination of where the Rams were, frankly, the lack of excitement about them initially even coming back in the first place, and him having no experience as a coach, like how young he was, the inspiration. If it ain't McVay, he's in like the inner. I would say it's either McVay or Wooden.
What about Dave Roberts?
Dave Roberts came to a loaded team. I mean, I don't think managers in baseball have as much influence as, for example, a head coach has in football.
Or at least in today's
game.
Like
right.
Tommy Lasorda is a different case because the manager did different things back then. But I just wanted to give Dave Roberts out there because back-to-back championships, 3 championships in total as the manager. Keeping that all together is quite the
right.
thing
Again,
to do.
we're splitting hairs here, and like to split the hairs, you have to start really getting the context, like the level of the lift. It doesn't take away from how great Dave has been.
No.
But off the top of my head, I'd say it's either McVay or Wooden.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's McVay, and I'm biased, but I do put Riley up there. I think Riley was totally inspired.
Absolutely.
I think that the key thing too to the Riley, to the McVay, is they all kind of they both came out of nowhere ish. Like Pat Riley obviously played in the NBA and for the Lakers, but it's the idea that no one was seemingly saying their names before the organizations picked them.
Literally, Pat Riley was broadcasting the games.
Yeah, you get them early because when they're ready to go, you won't get them.
And he was 36 when he got the Lakers.
And he was supposed to originally be a co-coach with Jerry West. And Jerry West, in the press conference announcing them both, said, "I'm not doing that. Pat Riley's the coach."
I watched Showtime on HBO.
Yep. I'm also very partial to Pete Carroll because I worked for USC in those days. I was the pregame, postgame host. Actually, always the pregame. I never did the postgame. But it was unbelievably cool. And that is some of the most exciting stuff in my life broadcast-wise was doing those big pregame shows on the big stage. And Pete Carroll, we knew we were going to win. The other thing about him, he was the 8th choice for the job. They offered that job to a bunch of different people, and I remember when Pete Carroll got the job and people said, why are we getting this failed NFL coach as our next head coach at USC? 6-6 the first year. After that, a powerhouse.
I was one of the people that was very, very underwhelmed by that hire. Totally wrong.
Yeah, I think Pete Carroll, Pat Riley, and Sean McVay are the 3 great hires.
And I will say this exercise, my goodness, has Ellie been blessed with amazing sports stories, amazing coaches, amazing like Hall of Famers, monumental people in sports.
Yes.
Did you say podcast?
No, I said broadcast. Well, obviously podcasters.
No, podcasters, right? Like I listened to Brian's podcast a little bit earlier. It was great. Right. When do you start your podcast?
Oh, yeah, every day.
Every day.
But like broadcasters in any other city, Stu Lance is the gold standard.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he is the absolute top of the mountain gold standard.
Yep.
He's amazing at what he's done. He's done it for like
40
4 or 5
years.
decades. Yeah. He's not even on the Mount Rushmore in this city, not because of anything Stu did wrong, but because you got to go through Vin and Chick, and Bob Miller.
Yep.
Pete Arbogast. Like, there's guys who've been around forever.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, McVay. I have so much confidence in McVay, and I do feel like we're going to play past Sunday.
More limes.
Another lime.